Hello, and welcome back to the Forever Broken podcast with a Drunken Stories episode. Today, we're going to be talking about Ken Allen. Are you familiar?
I'm assuming he's a guy. That's my best guess.
I'm going to allow you to stick with that assumption, and we're going to kick off the story. You ready?
Is he a mongoose?
Just listen. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Ken Allen, born on February 13th, 1971, in San Diego, quickly became known for his intelligence and curiosity. With reddish brown hair, observant eyes, he stood out from the start. Okay? As a
I'm
young
tracking.
child, he stayed close to his mother, learning all the basic things that you need to learn from parental figures. And everybody noticed his sharp mind that would seek challenges beyond his age and daily routine. Okay?
So he was autistic.
We go with that.
I don't know. That's what I'm going with.
Just wait. During the 1970s, he lived around his other peers in their community and watched everything around him closely. He had a normal life, um, but his true fascination laid in problem solving. He learned to use specific tools to fish out insects and often studied other people with thoughtful intensity as if trying to decode everyone's behavior. Okay?
Right. So he's a problem solver. He's always trying to figure things out.
You could say that. By adulthood, weighing nearly 200 pounds,
So he's just an average bloke, really. I mean, I'm 215, so I mean,
well,
average dude. Is he like 5'6"?
you'll see. Ken displayed the independence typical of an adult. However, he bonded with very few companions and often preferred solitude. Behind his calm demeanor, he was a restless thinker,
I feel like we're talking about me. This is getting personal.
which would later prepare him for his clever and daring escapes that would later make him a legend.
I haven't escaped too much. I usually get caught.
Okay, so we've made it through the 70s. We've made it to adulthood. Now comes the fun part. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's see what's going to happen here.
June 13th, 1985. The first escape. Are we ready?
What's he escaping from? What?
We're getting there right now. The summer of 1985 changed everything. On the 13th of June, Ken made his move. Zookeepers arrived in the morning to find his enclosure
No.
empty. Panic spread through the zoo. How did a 14-year-old orangutan
Damn it. Damn it. This is not where I was expecting this to go. Damn it.
vanish without a trace? Security footage later revealed his method. Ken had bent a thin metal strip from the enclosure wall and used it like a key to pry open the door latch. Once free, Ken did not run wild. He strolled calmly along the zoo path. Visitors gasped as this massive ape wandered past the elephant exhibit. He stopped to watch a group of school kids eating ice cream. Ken even approached a family picnic, sniffing the air but never grabbing the food. His gentle demeanor won the hearts instantly. Zoo staff scrambled to understand the breach, later reinforcing the latch and adding extra locks. Ken's escape made the local papers. People called him clever and brave, and the nickname, the Harry Houdini, stuck right away, comparing him to the famous human escape artist, Harry Houdini. Ken
It's
seemed,
so clever because
right?
he's hairy.
Eh, and an escape artist, clearly.
Apparently.
Ken seemed unfazed, munching on his breakfast like nothing had happened.
I mean, like you do, I guess. What
Right?
else is he gonna do? He just sit there and contemplate talking to you? No.
Right? But here we go. You would think that they get him in his enclosure, they figure some things out, and that's the end of it, correct?
Yeah, you'd think.
But behold, July 29th, 1985. Ken did not wait long for his next adventure.
This son of a bitch did it again.
Yeah. On July 29th, just 6 weeks later, he struck again. This time, he climbed the enclosure wall using vines and grooves in the concrete. Keepers had added smooth panels to prevent climbing, but Ken found the weak spots and hoisted himself over the top, avoiding sharp edges that could hurt him.
This is why you can't trust monkeys.
No, you cannot.
Like, they're gonna get out. They're gonna figure it out. They're too smart. They're basically us.
But better at scaling walls.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got some, added features.
Well, they got hands as feet too, so they got double grip action.
Yeah, they got twice the leverage, and it's kind of bullshit, to be honest with you.
You ain't lying.
Like, I wish.
So, once out in the open again, Ken explored with purpose. He visited the gorilla habitats, sitting quietly and watching the silverback leader. Then he moved to the bird aviary, peering at colorful parrots. Zoo guests followed at a safe distance and snapping photos. One child dropped a toy, and Ken picked it up, examined it before placing it back down. His actions showed patience and care, not aggression.
I don't think I'm gonna be happy unless he robs a bank, Gabe. I mean,
So,
I want like the Great Escape, where it's gonna be them stuck in a Nazi camp, and then
we're,
he has to get out with all the other gorillas and orangutans, and he forms a mob, and they dig their way out, and
we're not we're
escapes
not
on a
going to get
motorbike.
we're not going to get that elaborate. However, he is very influential later
I
in the
think him
story.
escaping on a motorbike is the ultimate.
So once again, staff recaptures him after 2 hours by luring him with his favorite treats, bananas, back into his enclosure.
That's very generic. We need to change that. Like whiskey.
I
His
mean,
favorite snack of whiskey.
I I present
It's
the
drunken
facts.
stories. I mean, it's got to be.
I present the facts as they're presented to me. Ken seemed to be content. The zoo spent thousands on fixes, including taller walls and better monitoring. Better monitoring.
Predator is
Better
it's
is
even more good than better.
it's the more gooder version of better.
Better.
Experts scratch their heads. Orangutans are smart, but this level of planning was rare. Ken's escape highlighted how boredom can drive animal behavior. Right?
This is accurate in everything in life.
And so it would seem we have a lot of first-hand accounts of this.
Not one. What are you talking about? We would never.
Not at all. Now, August 13th, 1985 rolls around, and the zoo was on high alert. Extra guards patrolled Ken's area.
God damn, they got paroled for this? They're getting some special units, man.
Extra guards patrol Ken's area. Electric wires hummed along the top of the walls. Yet on August 13th, Ken pulled off his third getaway. He waited for a quiet moment when fewer eyes watched. Using a stick, he shorted the circuit of the electrical fence, grounding it against metal parts, and then he scaled the wall with ease.
Still laughing at the idea that they're paroled and it's Alcatraz
Wait for,
prisoners.
wait for it. And this escape lasted even longer, nearly 3 hours. Ken roamed further, reaching the zoo's main entrance, where he sat on a bench and watching the cars come and go. A zookeeper in a disguise followed him, but Ken spotted the trick and changed his direction. He even threw small rocks at Otis through the glass, as if playing a game or showing frustration. Now, Otis and Ken used to be enclosure mates, and they don't like each other. They are
Sort of just going.
ops, and that's how they got separated. And because zookeepers felt that Ken would prefer his seclusion because that's the behavior that he had shown previously, they put the females with Otis. And now they think that Ken was targeting Otis and pelting him with rocks because he had all the bitches with him.
Isn't this a storyline for two angry old men?
I don't know.
Like they didn't like each other and the one got a girlfriend and then they just rival each other.
It's quite plausible. So,
That's where it came from.
so Ken's methods were genius in their simplicity. He never used brute force. Instead, he observed and waited. For locks, he fashioned tools from scraps like wire and branches. In one case, he hid a metal piece in his mouth for days, using it when the time was right. His
Yeah, that's
patience,
where he hit it. Okay.
his patience stood out. Ken would test barriers gently, learning what worked without alerting the staff.
What the hell was he testing? Derriers?
Barriers.
You said derriers.
Well, he was testing ass too.
He's just trying to get something. Hold on.
Hey, he understood cause and effect. If if a rock rolled a certain way, he noticed it. Ken mimicked human actions, like turning knobs after watching the keepers. His brain, similar in structure to ours, allowed problem solving. Studies show orangutans can plan, and Ken proved it. He never hurt anyone, showing self control.
So
Keepers,
he's like us, but better.
yeah. Keepers tried distractions, like new toys or puzzles. Ken solved them quickly, then returned to escape plans. His intelligence forced the zoo to think bigger about enrichment. Simple swings were not enough. Orangutans needed challenges to stay engaged. Now, what
This is when
causes?
they this is when they sent him off to like the career. No, it's not. This would have been when they sent him to Desert Storm. Is it 85?
85, yeah,
Yeah, we're getting up there. They're about to send him to Desert Storm.
close. So, what caused so much boredom for Ken to want to escape all the time?
Obviously, the lack of punani.
Well, we're going to get to it. Between escapes, Ken lived a structured life. Morning started with breakfast, apples, carrots, and yogurt. He built nests from blankets, just like in the wild. Afternoons brought playtime with ropes and balls. Ken loved swinging high, using his arms to propel forward. He interacted with other orangutans through the glass. Otis, his rival, spent time grunting and displaying strength towards each other. Female orangutans like Jane caught Ken's eye. He groomed them gently, building trust. Keepers noted Ken's calm leadership. Younger apes followed his lead.
Yeah. So what I'm getting here, I think where this is leading. Ken's basically the Marine Corps. I mean, like he does the day-to-day stuff that he has to do, but then when you let, eventually he just gets bored with it, and he just goes out and does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So like you cage them up for so long, and then that's why Marines are so great in situations. It's because we're kept secluded for so long that when you finally just break loose and they're like, "Hey, go wreak havoc," and then we're so good at it because we have nothing better to do. So we've been just like we have creative outlets that we're just inventing in our mind. We're like, I could do this in this situation, and I'm going to have so much fun. And then the Japanese make an entire story about how you have to eat one of your parents in order to become a Marine, and then that's basically what Ken's doing. Ken's just creating the narrative, and Otis is going to eat it.
Yeah. So Otis is catching it from the ops 100%. Now, back to Ken. As visitors adored watching him, he would wave or make faces, entertaining crowds. Some days he ignored everyone, lost in his thoughts. The enclosure mimicked a forest with trees, rocks, and hiding spots, but Ken saw the limitations. Walls blocked true freedom, sparking his desire to explore.
All dressed up in his dress blues, looking
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
True and blue, man. He's
So,
just a monkey in a cage.
Ken's story exploded in the media. Newspapers ran front page photos of him strolling freely. TV crews camped at the zoo. Fans sent letters and gifts. Bumper stickers screamed "Free Ken Allen." T-shirts featuring his furry face, and a song even played on the local radio stations, calling him the zoo's superstar. People debated zoo ethics. Was it right to keep such a smart animal locked up? Protests were peaceful with signs urging better habitats. Ken became a symbol of animal rights without trying. His gentle nature won over critics. No one feared him, but admired him. The zoo embraced the hype. They sold Ken plush toys and postcards. And that's,
That sounds like a little much.
well, you got to monetize everything you can, you
I
know.
mean, Ken plushies.
Well,
I mean, we already had Ken. Ken and Barbie, Is he
but
the original Ken?
no, dude, Ken and Barbie was like in the fucking 60s, brother.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to Barbies that much. I have to for children's sake, but
Yeah, I'm not 100%. But,
I like the idea that it was.
yeah,
It was originally just an orangutan. It was out there trying to get some.
yeah. So the result of these escapes and the protests and the public's voice
They shot him.
leads to zoo upgrades and security measures.
They shot him.
After the third escape, the San Diego Zoo spared no expense. They installed skylights with unbreakable glass, electric fences with a stronger current, safe,
And guns.
safe for animals, but effective deterrence. Cameras watched every angle and alarms for unusual movement. Rock climbers were hired to go in and scale the walls daily, sealing the cracks and adding slippery surfaces and overhangs.
He's the original Harambe, isn't he?
Vets came to check Ken's health, ensuring no stress from escapes.
They just sedate him every time they're in there.
Enrichment programs, expanding puzzles, feeders, hidden treats, and rotating toys, sparked other zoos to take notes. Ken's story prompted industry-wide changes. Enclosures grew larger and more complex. Focus shifted to mental stimulation over physical barriers. Ken indirectly improved the lives of countless primates.
That bitch was like, "Can you stop me?"
Now, you might ask yourself what was going on when he was out of his enclosure on his leisurely strolls after escapes.
A lot of impregnations.
Well, Ken's walks let him meet other zoo residents. He stared at lions, unafraid behind the glass. Elephants trumpeted. Ken mimicked the sound with his throat. Monkeys chattered excitedly as he would pass. However, tension brewed with Otis.
He's just an OG.
The rock throwing incident showed rivalry. Otis was older and grumpier, and Ken seemed to tease him, asserting dominance from the affair.
I love it. I think that's fantastic.
Females watched these displays, choosing sides in orangutan social games. Birds fascinated Ken. He watched flamingos stand on one leg, trying it himself for balance. His curiosity crossed species lines, revealing a broad interest in the world. So,
He's just out here
yeah.
doing his thing, man.
So
I love it.
he was out exploring and learning. Like, dude, if they took this story and turned it into
Movie.
an educational cartoon program for kids to like,
It'd almost be like Curious George or something.
yeah, but
There could be a man in a yellow suit.
well, that would be a zookeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be an inspiration for generations to travel and use their curiosity for the better.
See, now we're getting somewhere. Now, the role of keepers and staff. Zookeepers loved and feared Ken. They called him gentle but unpredictable. Daily routines included health checks and feeding. Staff members worked with Ken often. After the escapes, blame flew, but most admired his smarts. Keepers hid tools better and varied schedules. They formed a Ken Watch team. Bonding time helped. Ken trusted familiar faces. Veterinarians monitored his diet and weight. Escapes added exercise, keeping him fit. Staff learned from Ken, advancing primate care knowledge.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ken was thoughtful and patient. He planned escapes over days, not impulsively. His eyes sparkled with mischief. Keepers saw the humor in his antics. Intelligence. Test placed orangutans near chimpanzees. Ken excelled in tool use and memory. He remembered faces, greeting favorite visitors. Emotionally, Ken grieved losses. His later years were escape-free thanks to upgrades. He
Probably the fact
mentored
that he was old.
young orangutans, teaching swings and nests. His legacy endures. Zoos prioritize enrichment, mirrors, music, and art supplies. Ken showed that animals think and feel deeply. Documentaries retell his story. Schools teach about him in biology classes. Ken blurred the lines between human and animal minds. Okay.
Yeah, I'm tracking. I'm still not sure when he met a fucking museum.
Huh?
When did he go to the museum? And all the
didn't.
other fun shit he did.
He didn't. He just roamed around the zoo until they would catch him.
Well, I thought we established he's Curious George.
Well, we established that there's potential for Ken to have his own show similar to Curious George, but not Curious George.
I'm going with he's Curious George. They had to have come up with a better name than Ken.
All in all, Ken sparked debates on captivity. Activists pushed for sanctuaries, zoos responded with better designs, rotating exhibits, social groups, research boomed, scientists studied orangutans' cognition, citing Ken. Funds raised awareness for wild Bornean habitats threatened by logging. So he's a Bornean orangutan.
Oh, okay. He was a born again.
Bornean, close.
Born again. That's why he's so fucking smart.
Yeah, he's done it twice.
Yeah.
Ethical zoos evolved. Accreditation requires mental health plans. Ken's influence saves species today. Movies referenced Ken's escapes. Books for children featured hairy heroes. Art shows displayed orangutan portraits. Merchandise lives on: mugs, hats, stickers. Fans visit his old enclosure, now home to others. Online videos of similar escapes credit Ken. He inspires escapes. He inspires escape room games and puzzles. Now, what we brushed over is he in total escaped like 6 times. And when they realized that his rival with Otis was due to, or said to be due to,
Erupt.
no females in his enclosure, they gave him 4 females, one more than the 3 females with Otis.
He outpimped him.
Yeah. And instead of calming him down and making him stay in his enclosure, he taught them bitches how to escape with him.
Yeah.
And on one of the escapes, a maintenance worker forgot a crowbar inside of the enclosure, which a female orangutan used it to pry the glass door open so that they could all get out and go on a walk, and eventually end up at the enclosure of Otis and pelt his ass with rocks again.
It's the original gang warfare.
Dude, Otis was catching strays for sure, dude.
Otis was probably not happy. Ken was an OG, man. He was just out there. He was thugging.
You fucking ain't lying. Now,
Fuck this.
let's recap his the outcome of Ken Allen the orangutan.
Curious George.
In the year 2000, at the age of 29, he was diagnosed with B-cell lymphoma, a form of
Son of a bitch.
cancer in the brain. And on December 1st, 2000, Ken Allen was euthanized for obvious reasons.
I mean, at least he didn't get Harambe. I mean, you know.
That is correct.
I mean, I'm glad he didn't beat someone in a cage or something.
Right.
Rightfully so. They had it coming, by the way.
It is also key to note that after his escapes, the zoo staff felt that to try and dissuade him from such behavior, they would put him in what was called solitary confinement.
That's a terrible idea. That never works for anyone.
And each time that he got out of solitary confinement, he would figure a new way to leave his enclosures and would catch on to the tricks and the newly installed countermeasures to keep him into his enclosures. And his outings or his journeys after escape would last longer and longer because he would figure out the mannerisms of like the zookeepers.
Right.
So he could avoid them. He would see him coming. Like, this motherfucker learned some shit. And by all accounts, everything that I looked up today, all the YouTube videos I watched, all the people talking about it, dude, I spent so much time today just dying laughing at all the shit that this orangutan fucking has done.
I do feel like he is smarter than most humans because I feel like most humans, if you were just like, we're going to stick you in solitary confinement, they'd just be like, cool, well, I'm just going to hang out and masturbate. And like that, you know, it'd just be room IQ, room temperature IQ
Yeah.
for the rest of the day. And none of them were trying to figure out an escape plan. And then on top of that, be like, all right, here is the routine of my masters, or whatever you want to call them, your zookeepers, and fucking figure all that out. Like, it's unbelievable to me.
Right?
This is the smartest monkey on the planet.
And
Was.
I would agree with you 100%. So, after his death, the San Diego Zoo erected a statue to memorialize Ken Allen. And they have his memorabilia that they still sell to this day. And,
Now I feel like shit I didn't buy any while we were there.
well, so as I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, how many times was I at the San Diego Zoo when we
Yeah,
were?
that's what I'm saying. We were there, and I don't remember learning about Ken Allen at all. And
No.
that sucks.
And that's what I'm saying, dude. I was like, I was so pissed today when I fucking realized the lost opportunity I had to know about this years ago.
They need to do better.
Yeah,
That's all there is to it.
that is all there is to it. But going back to escaping an enclosure to go to your ops enclosure to bust his ass with fucking stones.
Gangs.
I learned something from Ken Allen today. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
My lesson is Ken Allen has taught me that I have not been using my hate to its full potential.
Yeah, you know who else has taught me that? 50 Cent.
Yeah, dude.
50 Cent has taught me that I am not using my hate nearly enough.
Dog, could you imagine being Ja Rule and walking out to bust out your opening song and the first
And
four
being
rows of your
better.
concert are empty?
Just-
Dog, dude, I am not using my hate to the fullest potential that I can, and
no,
I am
not
disappointed in
even
myself.
kinda. Oh, God.
Dude,
I just,
to figure out how to short out as an orangutan to figure out how to short out an electrical fence with a stick so you can
it's
climb
just
out.
ballsy.
Dude,
It's so good.
that's gangster as fuck.
Oh, it's incredible. Like it's absolutely incredible. I probably couldn't figure that out now
No,
because
dude,
I'd electrocute myself.
I would grab that fucker and get zapped and zapped and zapped until I figured out to throw something over the wire and climb over that, not ground it out. But I also took some notes with all of my reading and all of the videos that I watched.
Right?
Some of Ken Allen's favorite pastimes. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ken Allen liked to take his female companions on evening strolls through the zoo before returning to their enclosure and visiting his favorite spots around the zoo, which were documented by watching the security camera footage. He enjoyed throwing rocks at his opposition, Otis, and he enjoyed taking his female companions to the bird aviary where he would study the birds.
Yeah, I bet that's all he was studying.
And
There you go.
and he thoroughly enjoyed sitting on the benches and watching the zoo patrons as they enjoyed their day at the zoo. And one of his absolute most favorite things to do while interacting with zoo patrons was to flip off young children.
This kid, this ape monkey chimpanzee
Orangutan.
yeah, orangutan. He's a G.
Dude,
He's a G. He knows.
when I read that his favorite thing was to flip off young kids, I just died laughing.
I kind of love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard not to. Be right honest with you.
So, to sum it up, I would say that the story of Ken Allen's great escapes and the life that he led as a Bornean orangutan was he absolutely utilized every one of those 29 years to his fullest potential. And he probably had one hell of a life.
Yeah, and he's been born again through the stories. So
Bornean, dude.
Yeah, but he's been born again through the stories.
Well, he lives on in the stories. He wasn't born again.
Well, kinda.
Is it?
It's a matter of it's perspective.
I don't know if it's Bornean or Borneen.
It's probably Bornean. Bornean sounds right.
It's
I don't. I don't speak whatever that language is, but it sounds right. I like it. It sounds good. It's
you know.
probably, as far as pronunciation goes and spelling, I imagine that's correct. But I'm no expert. That's,
I did it old school style, and I went back to the '80s and hooked on phonics worked for me. I sounded it out.
sometimes. Other, t- other times, not so much.
Nah,
You know, I sat there and I just went with what I had.
yeah.
So
They write it. I sound it out, and you get what you get.
I think the entire time, the biggest thing that's been fucking me up is that they gave him such a human name.
So there's the story of his human name. So when he was still an adolescent or a baby or whatever, apparently his um, attachment to his mother frustrated his mother, and she tried to smother him to death.
Well,
And
like you do.
as it happens,
Like you do.
and his name comes from the zookeeper.
Who saved him?
Well, there was a zookeeper named Kenneth something, and a security guard named Alan something who went into the enclosure and saved him. And so they took their first names and named him Ken Allen.
That makes sense. I like it. That's great. I mean, I love the fact that they, gave props to the guys that saved his life. Otherwise, then we don't end up with the crazy stories and the shenanigans that was Ken Allen's.
Yeah.
Like, that's fantastic.
Also to be noted,
Dooley.
duly note that Time, the publication Time,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
wrote an article in 2013 and listed Ken Allen's story as one of the top 11 zoo escapes all time.
I think they also made Trump Person of the Year. So
Nope. Lost my headphones. Dude, my fucking ear itches like a son of a bitch. I think I got bit.
I think it's the herpes.
I don't know why you gotta say shit sometimes, but I'm gonna need you to not do that. Fucking twat. Jesus Christ.
It was a real clunge move of me.
Yeah. And then also, it is noted that despite all the consequences, including all the countermeasures to keep him in his enclosure and his solitary confinement stays to try to instill that discipline in him, Ken Allen was very persistent in his endeavors for adventures, and his exploratory spirit was never defeated.
Yeah, and I think that's something we can all learn from. I mean, don't ever quit trying new things. Be adventurous. Have that spark in your life to actually go ahead and try new things. And, if
Yeah.
we can't learn it from Ken, who can we learn it from?
Well, I would like to add on that and say that like trying new things and all that, but um, it also highlights putting value into putting the time in to have patience when you're studying something or learning something, right?
Yeah, it seems like he studied a lot.
You're not going to you're not going to learn a new skill in a short amount of time. You're going to have to take the time out to give it the effort and learn that skill so you can apply it later. Like
Right.
like how he would watch his zookeepers and how they would use the mechanisms on his door to get it out of the door. he probably watched that for a good amount of time before he figured out how to open his enclosure door and go explore the zoo the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I think that's a pretty solid takeaway.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about just being observant and, you know,
Yeah,
having patience because no one has that anymore. With the internet and with everything we have, it's all about instant gratification.
dude.
I'm terrible about it. Be right damn honest with you.
So I've said it so many times. I've even said it on our older episodes. Like, there are so many times where people have like claimed that we're getting less intelligent as time goes on, but like, and like people before technology, like how much more intelligent they were than we were, and like all the comparisons, right? And it's like that is so hard for me to like even fathom or understand because like you have all the knowledge in the world in your pocket, right?
Right.
But the problem is as soon as somebody types something in and they search it up, that first thing that comes up is what they believe instead of
Researching and actually,
researching and finding consistencies in each story or finding like firsthand accounts or whatever the case may be and actually putting in the effort and the work to educate yourself on that topic or whatever it is you're looking up, right?
yeah, especially if it's politics, just go with you don't hate politicians enough.
Fact. Like for this specifically, like it started off this morning. I woke up and I was doing my morning routine. I was doing all I was doing, and while I was cooking my breakfast, I opened up TikTok so I could just sit there and listen to whatever was being said because like what else was I going to do, right?
Right.
And the first thing that popped up was this Ken Allen, the escape artist orangutan, and I was like, hold up, how do I not know about this? I lived there for 4 years, right?
Yeah. Roll back.
Say again, he was throwing rocks at his ops and escaping enclosures, right? So what did I do?
Research.
I listened to the video. I wrote down pertinent information that I got from that video so I could go and I could look things up. I looked up his official Wikipedia page, pulled the information out of that I needed. I went through and I looked up every single article that was ever written locally in San Diego and San Diego County and California to piece together all of these parts of his life, right?
Right. Right.
I went in and I saw all the references from all the zookeepers, all the goddamn the scientists that went in to do all their the veterinarians that went in to go do all that. I looked up all their names and I went in and looked up their papers that they had written. Like I spent a solid like 3 hours today. It just doesn't feel like it, but I'm talking about an orangutan escaping a zoo and doing the same shit every time he gets out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, we're there.
but I didn't go with the first thing that I saw and tried to run with that. I went and I found all this information.
Yeah, all the fun, the extra stuff that you won't find if you're just an idiot and you just go off the first cue. You know what I mean?
Right. I got a snippet from TikTok and I turned it into a 45-minute podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which
which is what we do.
is what we do. And so,
And I sat there and was baffled and just made jokes the entire time. I did a great job.
so, and even in the like, and part of that came from like just saying his name and then kind of giving like a brief, very vague description of like Ken Allen in the beginning to like if you've never heard of Ken Allen, you thought it was a man, you thought it was somebody that was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, with the name.
And
How the
then
hell would I not?
and then you hear orangutan, and you're like, what the fuck? Who?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
what?
What happened? So, like, I don't know. I had a good time. I had a good time putting this together
No,
for.
I think it's incredible. I love it. I love every second of it. And it sounds vaguely familiar, but like I think I heard about something like this somewhere. But well apparently wasn't the damn San Diego Zoo. I've been there enough times. I should have. Think they would have taught me,
Right.
kids.
Well,
Get
I,
back on your shit, San Diego Zoo.
I will say that like the one time that I went to the San Diego gift shop, there was an obscenely large amount of primate paraphernalia that they were selling,
But you didn't associate it.
but I didn't associate it until recently. And by recently, I mean this afternoon, doing all the
Yes,
research and figuring out that like the zoo literally hopped on that wagon and was like, this is a moneymaker, and we're gonna make bumper stickers and coffee mugs and plushies, and we're gonna sell it all.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's crazy. I think it's fascinating. It really is. We
Yeah,
could have animal segments for days. I love animals.
dude. We so and then the other thing was I can't remember what it was, but it said if you think that story's crazy, you need to look up this, and it was another animal. God damn it, I'm not gonna say it right now because I'm gonna look into it because I saved my video because I'm
Research.
and we're gonna do another one of these if that
Hell yeah.
animal is as fucking cool as this one was.
Hell yeah. Not cool as Jeff the Mongoose, but whatever.
It was still bullshit in my opinion. And I
I
know it was bullshit in your opinion too, because I had a fucking crash out on that episode after you sat there and made me for 20 minutes explain my reasoning. And you literally just was like, yeah,
no, you say,
after
dude,
antagonizing
there's
me
no
for the
way.
last hour, 20
There's no
minutes,
way.
I'm
There's
going
no
to
way.
agree with you.
There's no way.
That happened. And I know it happened because I was listening to podcasts the other day, and guess what popped up on my fucking next to listen? Jeff the Mongoose. And just out of fucking shits and giggles, I decided I'm gonna let that play through. And I almost crashed my car because my crash out scared the fuck out of me, and I swerved.
It's so good though. It's such a good story.
Dude,
Oh God. If you guys haven't looked up Jeff the Mongoose, look up Jeff the Mongoose. It's fascinating. My name is Jeff.
and if you are wearing headphones, turn your volume down.
Yeah, Gabe does have a little bit of crash out, but it was wildly entertaining. So yeah,
God, I was so pissed when you did that.
it was so good, so good.
Anyway,
Yeah.
thoughts? Thoughts?
Thoughts? Yeah. Always be curious and never give up on trying to do things. Always be curious. Always study. Always be willing to try new things and move forward in life. I think you can take a lot from it, no matter what the story or no matter how silly it seems. And then be a gangster.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
for sure. Ken
Now,
was Ken was an OG,
he was
dude.
he was definitely an OG, and I want to make sure that I put my disclaimer out that when I said that Ken Allen taught me and 50 Cent taught me that I'm not hating to my full potential, that was also a joke on both accounts. And I don't want to be responsible for somebody thinking that hate crimes are for the good times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. We do not support hate crimes or being hateful. To be very clear, we are here to make jokes and have a good time with y'all, and that's really what it's about. So,
There's
if you can be a little bit more like 50,
absolutely.
yeah, just do it. I mean, I have a large amount of respect for the amount of petty that is in that man.
Let me let me belay my last. All right.
Don't hate,
I'm not advocating.
propagate.
I'm not advocating violence in your hate.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, we're
There is an absolute gangster and correct way to harness that hate and hate to your full potential
and be really funny about it.
and be really amazingly funny at it. Do not resort to violence. And that is my
Yeah, you don't
caveat,
need to hit, you know,
right?
sometimes, but not every time.
Okay. With
I
that
didn't say
being,
that either.
with all of that and all of the fun times and the information passed,
Let the good times roll.
I would like to say thank you for tuning in and listening and bearing with us through
51 minutes of
another reboot of
roar.
Drunken Stories and Forever Broken and every ideation of this that we've been through. So we
I don't know
thank
what you're
you.
talking about. This is the first one. Forever Broken 2.0.
6.7.935 Alpha Bravo
Yeah,
Charlie.
we're like Apple. We'll be on version 16 pretty soon. So
Air.
we're skipping some numbers. Just
We might as well just start it there anyway. It's gonna get there.
I don't think
It's
we've been
not.
pulled.
This
I
is
don't
the
think we've
last
been.
this is the last reboot. We're here and we're not going anywhere.
I don't think we've been pulled off YouTube yet. So,
No, it's still up.
yeah, so we're doing good.
We're still up and it has like
15. I think 15 views, something like 16.
16 views.
Yeah, yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, well,
Not bad for dropping like last night.
yeah, like 12 hours ago, 24
Yeah, I
hours
think we're
ago.
doing pretty good.
Math is hard.
Math, fucking math.
So,
Any hooser. That
this
being
is
said,
this has been fun and it has been real. I am Gabe, and as always, I've been hanging out with
D Tom.
Derek,
Yeah, whatever.
and
Tom
we've enjoyed this time with you thoroughly. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time.
on the Forever Broken podcast.
Good call.